You're listening to Bridges Radio Program. This is a show about the creative industries, artists of all mediums, and other professionals who make the art we all enjoy. Bridges is produced at Citadel House Studios in Lewisport, Newfoundland and Labrador, and is a collaborative project between Carolyn R. Parsons and Citadel House. This program can be found on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and in podcast at SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, as well as many other podcast hosting programs.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bridges Online Radio. This is Bonnie, and I'm here with my co-host, Carolyn. It is the March 15th episode, and our guest is Quote the Raven from St. John's. Last week we spoke to Terry Penny in studio about his songwriting process and his upcoming show at the Citadel House. So that's what's been happening. How are you, Carolyn?
I am doing well. Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful sunny day. It almost looks like spring, doesn't it, Bonnie? I'm a little worried.
It
was concerned to get too excited. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, it was 4 degrees when I came home from work last night at almost midnight, and I was so impressed.
4 on the plus side. Oh, my goodness.
On the plus side. Yeah,
wow.
It was great.
I haven't been out yet this morning. A bunch of work came in just like an hour ago. I was really quiet, so I was having a real quiet morning, doing some stuff on Canva for promo, and I had my coffee, and, I was just having a real nice, easy morning. And then a bunch of work came in, so now I'm like, oh, shoot, I should have went out before this happened and had a bit of morning. So you'll have to excuse that. My cat just came into the living room and seems to want to go outdoors. Yeah. He wants to go outdoors because, it's nice out there. So he's going to have to just look for a while. Anyway, So, of course, I was so confused. He doesn't go out when it's cold, right? He goes out, but it's very brief and usually just last thing at night. He wants to go out for like 5 minutes. So we let him out and then he comes back in the other door. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And
cats
they're
all itching to get out at this point of the winter. They smell the spring and they can hear the birds, and that's our cats are that way anyways.
Yeah, well, he doesn't go out in the winter. He's just a spoiled prince of a cat. So, but now it looks nice out there, and I sense there might be a cat outside because the way his tail's flicking and he's staring, something's going on out there. So, I'll let him out after. I will let him out
All
after.
Right.
So anyway, here we are, March 15th show. This is crazy. We're moving right along.
We're cruising.
Well, before you know it, we'll be saying, we've been at this a year. But it's been going well. I'm excited. I'm excited that it's going so well, and we seem to have gotten into a groove with it, and we get lots of great guests. So what's been happening at Citadel House?
Well, today we have Terry Penny's show, as this is airing. He'll be making us all laugh with his jokes and his stories and his thought-provoking songs. He has some great, great music. So that's happening right now. And then up in a couple of weeks, on March 29th, we have Cassidy Rich. She'll be having her Over and Out CD release. We had her on the show a couple of weeks ago and chatted about the project and her process in creating it.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll have to give a plug for that show right around when her release happens because it was a great interview. She's a really good person to talk to about, music and art. And for someone so young, she has a handle and a grip on it. And I'm really looking forward to this CD. I just love what she's doing. And I think her music is maturing and changing and growing a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be a great... I saw the cover art just recently for it, and it's really cute and bright and colorful. Maybe it's like spring, but it's not, but it has colors. So it feels bright.
True. It could make you think of springtime, yeah.
Yeah, but it was really cute, and I forget the name of it now.
Over and Out. Over ampersand.
Yeah, we have to be clear that and is represented by an ampersand in her album title, yes, because that's very important to be clear on that. But it's cute, and I'm looking forward to it. And it'll be a fun project. Now, I will be at that show. That is, of course, we'll all be there. We're big supporters of Cassidy, and yeah, they pay it back. They support our work. We support them, and the kids are all friends. But it's a
No,
small
theater buddies together.
they are theater buddies, but it's a small arts community anyway.
Yeah.
It's I don't know about small. There's a lot of people doing the arts, but we're all everybody's sort of interconnected and supportive. And you go to a show and half the audience is other artists. Uh, Kevin Blackmore said that when he's performing, he often knew that a good portion of the audience could play and sing better than he could. So.
Yeah.
Because especially locally, it was just the way it is. People are involved in it. So that's it, and they're all buddies, and everybody's getting along, and that's the main thing. Everybody's making music, making art. So I'm excited. I'm excited about Cassidy's project, as I am about all of them. And you guys have a bunch of releases now coming in the spring. I think you have Nick Earl.
Nick Earl will be in June, as will Adam Baxter.
Right.
And Rosemary Lawton will be in early July. Yeah. Christian House will be in late April 25th.
Oh, so he's the next one after Cassidy.
Yeah. He's actually got some big news that has been announced today. So if you're listening, you should go head over to his Facebook and his website to see what's up.
I will check that out. Yeah, I'm curious now. I'm a big fan of Christian. Love his music.
He's great. Yeah. And if you're listening and you want to come to Cassidy's show, her specifically, if you buy a ticket, you'll get a signed copy of the CD at the door.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a little bonus for being at the release itself.
We'll do that. Although I will have her on Spotify for ease of
in the car.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a CD player. We don't have one in the house.
No.
Because once it broke, like I had one and it broke, and then by that time I was streaming everything, and so I didn't replace it. Now I do have one in the car, but I don't have. I think I have one CD in the car. I have Joel Thomason's CD in the car. I just don't have room to keep CDs in the car because it's tiny, right? So. But usually what I do is I grab a CD as I go out the door that I want to listen to. But I'm definitely, like, when I'm driving, I'm not a music person. I'm a talk radio podcast type person. I like voices because usually when I'm driving long distance, especially, I don't have anybody with me. So it's always. You
were right about to say you like the voices in your head. I heard you about to say that.
I did. I have said that.
You writer type.
I think so. I just don't know what that is, but I prefer dialogue over music when I'm driving. There are many, many times when I prefer music, and I don't have music playing today, but usually in the daytime when I'm here, depending on what I'm doing. Some of my work, I like to have some sound. I like to have some music. Some of my work, I have to fully concentrate, and it has to be silent. Writing, I have to be silent. Writers ask me all the time, like we'll have online chats, and people will be like, "What's your writing music, and what do you play?" And I'm like, absolutely nothing, zero. In fact, I'm so bad that I really have trouble writing when anybody's in the house.
How on earth do you find the time then? Because you have lots of people in your house.
Well, when the kids go to work and go to school, I write. That's my time. Now, that's pure writing, like blank screen drafting. Once it's done, I can rewrites and edits. It's not, I can do that in Tim Hortons, but but the actual getting the voices in my head onto paper. It's or screen paper, because I don't write by hand. I have to type. I never wrote. I found it really hard to write until I could type. I could never write fast enough to keep up with what would come, the story that would come. Like I could never handwrite it fast enough, and I would lose things in the try and get really frustrated. So when I learned to type, and I was 25 before I learned to type, because it wasn't taught in school for me. I was 25 and I learned touch typing for work. I had to be able to type without looking at the keyboard. And I got really good at it. And I type probably, um, for typing for writing, I'm probably at around 100 words a minute. Uh,
Nice.
but for like looking at it and, because I don't do that as often, typing something without looking at my, I'm probably around 80. So it freaks people out on social media because I'm so fast to come back to the answer. And I think people think I spend tons of time on social media because I might post 10 things a day, statuses or something, and they think you're on social media all the time. And I'm like, not really. I like 30 seconds, boom, you've got a status. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm
pop
not,
in there, drop a
yeah,
paragraph, drop out.
yeah.
You're good.
Throw in a picture. You know what I mean? It's really fast. I'm not even looking at the screen sometimes to talk to people. So,
Hmm.
so I am, and so because of that, I can draft a book fairly. When I'm going, like my fingers keep up with my brain. Now that doesn't mean it's error free or anything, but I get the story down right, and so I'm able to do that. And when I'm doing that, I need it absolutely quiet, complete solitude. I don't know why. I think it's just me and my muse have to be in the space, and
Hmm.
I hear everything. I have these headphones that I'm using now, and they are noise reducing, so they help. If people are doing stuff around, I hear the shuffling. It pulls me out of my brain, so I put these on and go. But like I said, I need
Hmm.
silence, so I can't even play music in my head, right? Like to keep the noise out. But some stuff, like if I was doing rewrites, I would have maybe music on, and like the exception to that is the book that I just released. I wrote
Actually, I've
that.
been reading that, by the way. I'm about halfway through, and it's
Oh,
great.
good, good.
I'm
Uh,
enjoying it. I'm reading it when I'm on my breaks at work. It's a lot of fun.
it's a drama, and it's a page turner. It's it's full of things happen. Real like a lot of things happen, so it's often you got to keep going or you got to know what the next thing is. But when I was drafting that, I did listen to music. I listened to Ian Foster's song "The Calendar" while I was drafting the book. So that was the exception to the rule because I put it on repeat and it was just playing all the time as I drafted the book. So I can do it. It's just that it has to be the right song, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah, that one pushed you through,
It did. It
or it
did.
helped inspire.
So you'll have to let me know what you think of the book. You have
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I'm actually not quite halfway through. Chapter 11 or 12. There's just been some big drama that happened, and I won't spill it for everyone. But
no, but
I was reading that last night. I was like, oh,
there's way more
oh,
to come. You're nowhere yet. There's like major drama to come yet.
oh
Um,
man, this
oh
is
yeah,
great.
there's way more. That's what people say. Just when you think, oh wow, this is a big deal. Oh my gosh, that's even a bigger deal. But yeah, it's constantly there's a lot of events that unfold, and they're all kind of semi related and flow into
I'm
each other.
thinking,
But
yeah, I can.
yeah,
I'm wondering if I can see where it is because there's been a couple instances in the book where it's like that's a big thing, but nobody's talking about it. So I think it's
yeah.
probably going to come up later.
So chapter 10 is what I read at the Citadel House reading
Yeah, I'm
because
just past that now.
yeah. So you're at
Or,
chapter 11. So there's more
or
to come.
I'm,
Yeah,
yeah.
involving that character. Um,
I
so
don't want to spoil it too much for our listeners, though. So, but
no,
everybody should go pick up a copy and read it because it's very, like, I haven't read in that long, and I'm really enjoying this one. So,
good. I'm getting really good
getting me back
feedback.
into reading.
It was written very specifically. I tried to make the story. I took things out. I wanted to compress the action into make it go faster. I wanted people to just want to turn the page and find out what was happening next. I don't know. I want people to really be entertained and interested in what's going on. And I mean, I love Betsy, so she's a great character, and
I
I like
love her. She's like she's quite a feminist and strong woman, and
yeah.
I like her.
Before we knew what feminism was and how it was
She is,
defined,
yeah.
she just is, and she doesn't,